Oh boy, just in time on that one. Um, that was cutting it real close because I had a little behind the scene issues with my model. Um, Part of which was just low quality for some reason, and oh, I think I didn't fix it, but y'all can't see it anyway. I'm the only one who can. It's it's fine. Uh, anyway, in the process of all that, I did figure out that I actually overwrote my original work file, so I had to dig up a backup from God knows where. So never making that mistake again. You think I learned, but no. In this house we don't learn, turns out. Anyway, hello Kat, how are you doing? Welcome to this definitely not scuffed start of the stream, because I was on time, and I did fix another thing that again you can't see. I'm too small on the screen right now. You cannot see this, but I did fix it. So hey. Well, that's one way to put it. Yeah. Always save your work, kids. And if you don't, tell other people to tell you to save your work, like I do. It's very helpful. Speaking of which, thank you for the save reminder. It's very appropriate. Okay, now I have to remember to hit the load button and not the start button for the 10,000th time. I also have to tone down my own volume a little. It's looking good in the mix, so that's good. Where's the volume mixer gone? Oh my god. Windows, where'd you hide it? I just want to bump up Rose Gun's days a little bit. I think that's better. If there are any volume issues, please let me know and I will adjust them. And hopefully one day everything will be just fine-tuned and we don't have to do this again. We'll see. It'll be a surprise. Alright. No problems? Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. In that case, we'll start with our content warnings, which are now also embedded into Twitch stuff, so that's cool. I had to mark off like 3 out of 4. So, yeah. Anyway, for a little bit of context, I am going into this game blind. I've never played it before. I don't know anything about it other than what we've played so far, and that's what these warnings are based on. If there are more specific warnings that I need to add to an episode, I do that on the YouTube version. So if you're concerned about any of these, but still want to experience the story, go to the YouTube version and just sit this one out on Twitch, because again, I don't know what could happen, so it can't have very accurate warnings as a result. However, what I can warn you for is violence, gun violence, racism, sexual content, including references to assault, misogyny, and alcohol abuse. So it's quite the list, not quite Umineko's list, but remember to look after yourself first and foremost. Now let's see. I did actually check, because it's been another week. I did check what we did last time, and we went to Claudia's potato restaurant, and it was great. She is thriving. We also drove around Meryl and Stella for a discussion with Amanda, which got kind of tense. Like, they're not on the best of terms, but they're all working, you know, on their respective parts of Primavera, trying to support Rose. And what else? What else? Oh, yeah. Wayne called street children rats several times. That's just how Wayne is. He did also give them money for food, so that's good. And I think he's been teaching them like self-defense and stuff, so hey. I guess that makes up for him calling them rats. To be fair, he did also call himself a rat. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, Wayne's gonna Wayne. I don't know. We also encountered Miguel, new potential villain, I think. With just... he looks so cool, I can't help but like him even though he's probably evil. Because he was about to literally cut off a woman's nose. Leo interfered because it's Leo, of course he did. There was a fight, it was a very cool fight. Then Kereji shows up. He knows Miguel apparently. They have some sort of connection. I don't know what yet. They didn't really go into details about that. We also went on Leo went on a date with Kereji, not us, the collective observers of this story. It's also not really a date. They're buddies. But it got a little... There was a date vibe. Let me put it that way. That not date concluded with Kereji asking Leo, like, I want you to join me. Will you join my... vague, undiscussed efforts. It is like a street gang, but it also sounded like not really a gang, and also they went to like a really fancy restaurant, so there's definitely more to that than just some, like a gang. I would assume. He showed up looking like a literal like king in a manga or something, you know, so there's something up there, I just know it. But Leo said, you know, I already have my own group. I have to support Rose, and that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, we're still buddies. And that's how they parted ways for now. And then it was a lot last time. Then we find out that Richard is looking after his and Stella's youngest sibling, her child. So he's not only running his whole business, the loan business, you know, making money, supporting Rose, he's also raising a literal baby. And understandably, he is exhausted. Which even those of us not raising babies can understand, I'm sure. And I think that wraps it up. Again, it was a lot. It was a lot. There's just a shit ton going on here. I hope I clicked the right save. I think I did, I must have. It always remembers the page, right? Oh. Okay, I got my order wrong, apparently. The date happened after. Yep. This is definitely where we left off, so let me just stretch my vocal muscles, I guess. Stretch them by practice. No, that's how you kill your vocal muscles. Okay, this ought to be... Okay, I was just doing some final volume checks as well. Did you hear? It's about Ivan, the guy who made this marketplace. This marketplace is turf after Alfred. Yeah, that arm floating in the harbor had his tattoo on it, didn't it? Hardly a surprise. I hear you rejected Caleb's offer. Who's Caleb again? We have heard that name before, right? Last time? I guess we'll find out. Caleb's offer? With crazy Alfred gone, Caleb's got nothing to fear in City 23. I think I encountered a Caleb in a different game and I'm confusing the two. Yeah, that was like in a demo or something. He keeps grabbing up power here and there, hoping to finally have the whole city under his control. I see. So, let's obey him or die. Damn, the criminal underworld can be scary. Can't even eat in peace. And last week, they found John Kanegasaki's corpse. John, huh? He was the guy who controlled the shipping union, right? Rumor has it that even his parents were found torn apart so you could hardly recognize them. That was probably Miguel's work. Miguel Kurashiki. That's Caleb's protege and assassin, right? If Alfred was the crazy of the north, Miguel's the crazy of the south. They're just as crazy, but Miguel is someone holding the reins. That's why Alfred was always worse. However, once those reins are let go, Miguel's the more dangerous one. Everyone in the criminal underworld's cowering in their corners. Rumor has it that even James Tomitake's family has accepted Caleb's offer. Hold on, I know that name. Last time I forgot to add the fun facts, so I will add a fun fact to this episode instead on YouTube. It is 3 to 4 names in one go, but keep in mind, I think like 2 of them are dead, so they're not gonna matter anymore. And then then there's Miguel, who we know because he's cool and crazy. So there's that one, and then there's Caleb and Alfred. We dealt with Alfred, you know. And Caleb, we don't know that yet. But the other guys, well, no, this James Tomitake might come up, maybe. But I'm pretty sure that last name is an indicator of what his role will be. Which is not very large at all. But we'll see. Even the Tomitake family? Wasn't that the big family making a bundle off gambling dens? I heard he even had quite a few veterans from the front lines as his troops. James is no fool. He quickly realized he was no match for this foe. It's not even a question of whether you obey or not. It's whether you get in with the victor or not. You're right, that was what was written on George's shirt. You're right. That is what he wears, what he has on his shirt in episode 2 of Umineko. It's probably just a matter of time before Caleb becomes the boss of City 23's criminal underworld. So, the City 23 underworld finally comes under one flag. Well now, what could happen next? What could happen? There won't be any more opposing organizations, so it should get a bit more peaceful, shouldn't it? Don't be naive. The Mafia is a business after all. They give you a better service because they have competition. Cyrus, they tried adding competition here to various, like, institutions, I guess, like hospitals and stuff, to make it cheaper. It turns out that's not how that works. Maybe it does with Mafia, who knows? Mafias typically make cash by demanding protection money from city dwellers doing business on their turf. However, that protection money usually isn't too incredibly harsh. After all, they wouldn't get anywhere if they collected too much and destroyed the business they were collecting from. Also, if they bullied those businesses too much, they would go crying to rival organizations and create the conditions for new troubles to sprout up. Maybe it does work that way for Mafia then. Because of this, it was normal to keep protection money from getting unreasonably large, but if the criminal underworld isn't united, that means Caleb won't have any competition. That means he won't have to appeal to the common man at all anymore. Looks like the bad times are just getting started. Hey, are you serious? Won't those big shot American troops do something about it? If you became the ruler of the underworld, you'd probably have enough money to do as you please. Of course he's gonna use that to win over the high-ranking officers in the occupying forces. Uniting the City 23 underworld. And if he's got backing from the Stars and Stripes as well, no one will be able to disobey him. Still, I've heard that Caleb is a friend of the impoverished laborers. Ah, yes, I heard that too. There's that rumor that he's talking about fighting to get his countrymen their jobs back. It's just like an election. Of course he's gonna say things that sound good before he's elected. At any rate, there's nothing we can do about it. No matter who conquers the underworld, it won't change the reality of us using our daily wages to eat terrible food. Well, at the very least, we'd better stop talking shit about Caleb in the future. Who cares? Just who is this Caleb person? At best, he's just king of the bugs. I wish I was king of the bugs. Hey, if Miguel hears you saying that, you'll get gutted, even if you're right in the middle of a busy street. Don't threaten me. I don't want to die when I've never been with a woman. Calm down. Even Miguel would hesitate to gut a grimy man like you, afraid of dirtying his favorite knife. Got that right. City 23 in the Tokyo Prefecture, born after the war. At one time, its underworld was a mass of fighting factions, led by crazy men. With the coming of 1947, it was now finally about to be united under a single man. No one could imagine how this would change the city. However, the organization called Primavera certainly wasn't unrelated to the criminal underworld. Alfred had his eye on us and came to cause trouble. Even this Caleb might be coming for us soon. Damn it all. I don't need another war. Dang, I was actually really close to a natural save point last time. Yeah, they're definitely not paying protection money, but that's what Alfred was after, if I recall. Rose's apartment. Rose's pasta gathering is going to be held again. It's fun to eat with all these energetic people. Plus, it's one less meal to pay for, plus I get to voice everyone. Everyone. Alright. In we go. Delicious. Today's pasta's on a whole different level. Rosa, you cooked this, right? Your pasta is the best. Oh, Wayne, you're such a clown. He's such a clown. I'm sorry, Wayne, but you're a doofus. I just know what Richard's gonna say. Sorry, but I cooked it today. But I'm glad you like it. least it wasn't edgy, you're right. You're right. That's not it, right? This room, filled with Rose's kindness and consideration, is making it taste twice as good, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, that's right. Wait, no. You sound not to Rose-san's name, old man. Be nice when you eat together, fellow co-workers.
I invited Claudia too, but it sounds like she's still really busy at her store. She looked sad to be missing it.
It's good that she's busy. I hope her store prospers.
She's a kid to be reckoned with. Maybe I should follow her example. Save up money and start a store.
Here she is.
Won't it be hard to find a place to stand if the store is run by someone who can't even keep her room clean? What did you say, you lowly brat? How'd you like some Tabasco up your nose?
Oh, yikes.
Sure, but you're the one who can't even remember if her own room had hardwood or tatami mat floors. Ookie. Hey, don't fight while we're eating, you two.
It was the same old bustling, fun pasta gathering. Once they finished eating, they would start casually chatting while playing cards. These conferences were very important for maintaining Primavera.
Yeah. We haven't had any trouble at all lately. This is thanks to you all, isn't it?
It's thanks to the efforts of our excellent bodyguards. It's thanks to the people working behind the scenes. Let's have some applause for Richard's touching hard work. And more than anything, it's thanks to our dependable breast sommelier captain. At least he didn't say the other word. It hadn't reached Rose's ears, but there had been considerable trouble from the time they cut all those contracts. Apparently, some people had tried to put pressure on the occupied forces to use as a card in getting their contracts reinstated. However, Butler had managed to settle all those cases. If they hadn't had Butler's backing, Primavera would have suffered severe obstructions to their business.
I preferred it, Captain. If he tries to touch Rose-san's chest again, I'll kill him. That's not really a big deal. It's not like I have anything to lose.
Rose, come on.
Even Rose is a lady of the evening. Just having your chest touched is no big deal, right? Yes, that's... No problem. Not at all.
Yeah, right. I see what you meant. Oh, you are the madam, aren't you? That's a pretty innocent reaction. Rose doesn't go out on the club floor often. It's rare that she attracts a customer.
It's always been that way. In the first place, Rose isn't suited for the world of the night. I guess I have no talent. And I'm terrible at talking in ways that please men.
I'm sure you could overcome that easily. It's not like you need to try and please them.
Really?
With men, it's enough to just stay quiet and nod when they talk. You got that right. Talking with a guy is no big deal.
That's true. If you just keep on saying, wow, and what then, over and over, you can cover most conversations. Wow. What then? Wow. What then? The hell are you doing, dirty room granny?
Girls have gotten so energetic these days. The times certainly have changed. You haven't been by the club much lately, have you? I've just been dropping by a few of my clubs from time to time. I've only been talking with a few people who still act as close friends to me. Well, at any rate, it's wonderful that things are still peaceful for everyone. For Primavera, yes. However, it seems City 23 as a whole isn't going so smoothly. Did something happen? Crazy Alfred was a tumor in the City 23 underworld. No, you might literally call him a ticking time bomb. I see. Alfred is gone and a bunch of shady characters have started little skirmishes over who will be his successor. I've heard rumors like that too. Groups all over the city have been fighting lately.
So, Alfred's son being gone doesn't mean peace will come so easily.
There's nothing to be done about it. The underworld is a game of musical chairs. Once one chair opens up, a new battle will start around it.
I just hope we don't get dragged into any quarrels. Any idea when this massive battle for dominance in City 23 will end?
From what I know, it doesn't seem like it will continue long. What do you mean?
It's mostly settled already.
It's already decided who the next man to control City 23 will be.
Who is it?
You mean Caleb?
That's right.
The man who once split City 23 into North and South with Alfred. That's not a name I've heard often. That's no surprise. For a few reasons, Alfred always stood out much more.
What kind of person is this Caleb-san?
He's a former officer back from the battlefront. He's got a powerful charisma that draws men towards him, and he's been gathering up repatriated soldiers one by one, building up his forces. Uh-oh. Sounds a lot like Kid AJ. I was just about to say, uh-oh. Oh, don't betray me like that, please. I hope it doesn't come to that. Maybe he's just like a mook for Caleb, you know, and not. Maybe he's just a really fancy mook. Oh no. I'm gonna get my heart broken, aren't I? Oh no, Leo figured it out. There's a noticeable pause there. Apparently, he was also the boss of the harbor laborers, and thanks to that, he seems to have smuggled in a sizable stockpile of weapons. So, a bunch of weapons on his side on top of those tough guys back from the war. Now that Alfred's gone, there probably isn't anyone left in City 23 who can stop Caleb. It started out as a struggle, but when they realized that they couldn't beat Caleb, several forces folded and joined his group. Probably within just a few weeks, the City 23 underworld will be united under Caleb. What kind of man is he? He might appear before us someday, like Alfred once did.
Simply put, he's stubborn.
He has conviction like a samurai, and he'll never back down on what he believes.
Is he a good person?
He's a gentleman. Or is he more like a wild boar? He boldly boasts that he'll make the convictions he holds a reality by smashing head-on into anything that stands in his path. That also sounds like what Kid AG said last time, doesn't it? Something about convictions. Perfect. If he comes charging at us, we'll fight him head on too. It isn't yet certain that we'll be in opposition.
At any rate, he isn't the person we want as our enemy. I agree. We don't even want to get involved with someone like that. I'm actually getting interested. I'd like to try getting the reins on him. If we could get a man like that to do as we pleased, that'd be pretty impressive, don't you think? You couldn't do it. You aren't his type.
I'm not gonna say anything. It was a date. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm not sure this is the queer rep I want in my games. No, it is. Do you know him?
More or less.
Before the Alliance, because Amanda had wanted to employ bodyguards at the clubs in her faction, she had sometimes come into... I don't know why my voice did that. She had sometimes come into contact with Caleb's forces. In the end, he declined to send her bodyguards because he didn't want to provoke Alfred. However, her personal relationship with Caleb had continued after that.
So, he's your friend?
That would be most fortunate. It would mean we had connections that could help us avoid trouble.
Though I'm not confident that I'll be of any use.
If you manage our relationship well, we might get the backing of the occupying forces and the underworld at the same time, right? If so, there'd be nothing to fear anymore.
So, he likes older women. What a letdown.
I don't know if that's what she was saying, Stella, but, sure. Sure, kiddo.
No need to worry. Just wait a year and you'll be the perfect age for spectacles. I'll battle your back teeth together, lowly brat.
Crash, crash, crash. They really are lively today. Amanda, about this Caleb person. Here it comes. Do you know his Japanese name?
Oh. Come to think of it, I've never heard of it. I've never heard it.
Does he have any distinguishing features? Oh shit. Like a big scar on his face or something? No!
Yes. He has a large scar on the side of his face.
Oh no. Oh no. No! Well, we saw this coming. That explains why he was hanging out with Miguel. And why he tried to recruit Leo. So it really was a street game.
So, the man called Keireiji was actually Caleb.
That's right. His name is Keireiji Caleb Sohei. It seems he would switch the name he used when he was on and off duty.
So, when he was off, he went by the name Keireiji, and when he was being the boss, he was Caleb.
Damn, Cat, you caught on way quicker than I did. I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe in his innocence. Exactly. Oh, that's right. Caleb didn't make people call him the boss. As was his style, he had them call him by a different title. And what was that? He was a mafia boss, so was it the Godfather or something? Sorry. He had no need for the god. That's right. I was gonna say the same thing. He's making them call him daddy. Oh my god. Again, is this the queer rep we want? Probably. Oh my god. He would say that the repatriated soldiers should be family to one another. So they called themselves the Caleb family. And he himself was... He made them call him daddy. No, father. For wars between countries and feuds in the criminal underworld, things only drag out when both sides are struggling. Once one side gets the upper hand, it just keeps tilting in that direction. Opposing forces only fought with Caleb in the beginning. Once his overwhelming power forced them to surrender, they all began racing each other to join him. As the man had predicted, within a few weeks, all the quiet feuds within the underworld had been resolved. Can't believe he's doing this to us. He looks so fucking cool though. I'm glad to see you've made your decision, gentlemen. Will you swear your loyalty to me? Do I reckon Miguel calls him Father Dearest? He would. Yeah. Or yeah. He does seem like the creepy pet name type. Yes, Father Caleb. We swear our loyalty to you. We agree with your aims, and we swear to assist you. We are honored to be a part of the Caleb family. It does sound like he's a priest, you're right. Well said. Starting today, we are part of the same family. One after another, the men kissed the back of Caleb's hand. They were all the bosses of the many forces in City 23. Because they possessed the ability to oversee and manage ruffians, they did not underestimate this man who had the ability to oversee and manage them. Men, we are all family. The Caleb family. On that day, the City 23 underworld was united under the Caleb family. As Caleb got into his car, the cars of his underlings formed a wall around him, and they triumphantly drove through the nighttime city. Horns honked, and everyone made way out of fear. By now, even traffic lights couldn't stop the procession of Caleb's motorcade. I forgot Miguel's voice again, but It was like Boy Lambda, wasn't it?
You did it, Caleb. Now, all of City 23 is yours.
Yes. Sorry, I think a mosquito just flew by. Yes, we finally succeeded. Father Caleb, congratulations on uniting City 23. Thank you. However, this is only the very first stage of our battle.
I know. The tough part's still to come.
They're giving him more evil-looking sprites. This does not bode well. For me, specifically. Let's move forward, Miguel. Now, our battle will truly begin. It's becoming Alfred Eyes? Oh no! I hope, well, yes, you're not wrong. As long as he doesn't pick up a fake accent, okay?
Caleb's goal was to deal with the occupying forces on an even footing, wasn't it? Why was uniting the criminal underworld an essential step to doing that?
Caleb knew. He knew about the pointless competition between the American and Chinese armies. The two armies, which raced to restore their public order the fastest, wanted to prevent disturbances in their jurisdiction more than anything else.
And that's why Captain Butler wanted connections to the criminal underworld? By manipulating things behind the scenes, he made sure the balance of the underworld was preserved. And that no disturbances broke out.
Exactly. The most important thing to City 23's occupying forces was peace. If you did it quietly, you could do whatever you liked, be it smuggling or blackmail. However, they were determined to prevent big disturbances that would be hard to hide, such as gunfights and terrorist bombings.
In other words, he wanted to use that peace as a bargaining chip, as the representative of the criminal underworld.
It was a very Caleb-like way of thinking. He predicted that there would be room for negotiations while both sides had guns pointed at each other.
And did that prediction turn out well?
Well, uniting the underground was only the first stage. He obtained unsurpassed military strength, but that strength was also a large weakness.
A weakness?
It was a trump card. If he took it out, and there would be war and both sides would fall. On the other hand, he couldn't show off that weapon unless he took it out. No matter how much he called himself the ruler of City 23, no one could accept it. No one would accept it unless he showed off his power in a way that made it clear.
In other words, he had to show his incredible strength in some tangible way? And in some way that didn't involve pulling out his trump card.
What's the best way to convert power into numbers that everyone can see?
You mean money?
Yes, money. It doesn't matter where it comes from. If you pile up a huge sum of money, you can convince someone of your power and ability by force. To become truly in control of City 23, Caleb would now have to gather a lot of money. To show his power, he would have to gather money with power. You probably have a vague idea of what that means already. Yeah, I could guess. A crowd of grim-faced men gathered in front of a restaurant, along with a line of black-painted cars. Then, an even more luxurious car arrived, and the men immediately formed a line and welcomed it with a bow. The man who came out of the car was the new ruler, Caleb Kadeji. The sense of majesty about him made it clearer than anything else that he was the new ruler of the City 23 underworld. The former bosses of the various City 23 forces were lined up along a long table. Some had approved of Caleb's goals. Others had surrendered to Caleb's strength. In their own various ways, they had acknowledged Caleb as father and sworn their loyalty. Men, has everyone arrived? Yes, father. All of City 23 now belongs to you, Butler.
After all, everyone who didn't acknowledge him is beating the fishes now.
Miguel, you have worked hard as well. You proved to be quite a useful man.
I'll make any wish of yours come true.
Listen up, men. A ruler will only be acknowledged if he holds 3 kinds of power. Just like I always tell you, right? Do you know what they are? Influence, wealth,
And then force, of course.
That's right. The goal of our battle is to gain those 3 things. First, force. We've gathered all of the City 23 underworld forces under one umbrella, uniting them. The force of City 23 already belongs to us. Wealth. We will control the money of City 23. Money is an all-powerful number. Any fool can see our quality by the number of bills we have stacked up. Only by controlling the wealth of City 23 can we make plain our position as rulers.
And once we've controlled wealth,
influence. We'll make the occupying forces acknowledge us. They'll give in to the power of our wealth and desire to deal with us on an even footing. When that happens, we'll get the final form of power, influence. Wonderful. We'll bring about a new age. We'll take all the work projects they order and distribute them amongst ourselves. Then, we'll be able to get rid of those shithead middlemen swindlers. We'll be able to give jobs to our war buddies. Wages will increase, and men will be able to come home to their wives with a decently sized pay envelope. And that's not all. We'll be able to save those poor friends of ours who lost arms and legs on the battlefield. We'll be able to give proper treatment to our war buddies who still suffer in their beds. Father, Father.
long live Caleb. I'll make your dreams come true with my own hands.
The executive members of the family rose in unison and applauded. Miguel, so emotional that tears streamed down his face, kept on clapping. On this very day, we have war buddies dying on the streets because they can't find enough to eat. There's no time for standing around. We have no time. Let's move forward to the second stage. Next up is wealth. Money. Tighten the belt around everyone doing business on your respective turfs. Make them support our cause and offer us funds. The people making fortunes in Tokyo right now just sat around here doing business without ever going to the battlefront. They were only able to live back here because we went out to the front lines and risked our lives. They understand our condition and they have an obligation to save us, just as we had the obligation to fight in order to protect them.
And if they can't be made to understand that,
then they're traitors. Crush them to bits. Make examples of them. I'll keep on saying it. We have no time. Don't forget the war buddies who couldn't get on the job trucks today and yesterday, who were forced to fish through the trash. Yes, father.
let's go, everyone. This time, we will be victorious. We'll take back what was stolen from us.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of has a point. He's basically hold on, let me think. He's basically saying, like, well, lots of people here are wealthy, have made their wealth by sitting around running businesses, and we were risking our lives in the war, so they kind of owe us. So everyone go to your turfs, make them cough up more money, you know, to support our cause, so that we can eventually be acknowledged by the Americans and the Chinese occupying forces, and then we can make life better for everyone here who, you know, all the Japanese people, basically. Especially the war buddies, and especially the ones, you know, who can't eat now because they can't find jobs, or they're disabled, or yeah, reasons like that. So yeah, man has a point. And yep, that's where the conflict comes in, because that does actively clash with the Primavera, who is trying to reach similar goals, admittedly, but through businesses.
Against the businessmen we made contracts with?
Yes. It seems the Caleb family contacted them and demanded quite an excessive sum.
So they finally bared their fangs.
Apparently, their excuse is that they're collecting funds for the creation of a war veteran welfare organization.
Isn't it pretty obvious that the Caleb family is behind it?
Of course it is. Caleb's name is already known throughout the city. Everyone's afraid of what'll happen if they don't pay up.
But even if they do pay, they might get pestered for cash again and again.
Exactly. Demands for money from men like this have no limits.
It's like a fight for dominance in a pack of stray dogs. If you surrender and roll over once, you'll keep getting bitten forever. I wonder if Caleb's son will come to us too.
I don't know. However, the fact that we have the backing of the occupying forces is well known by that crowd. It's just possible that they won't come in contact with us in order to avoid trouble with the occupying forces. After all, it's a fact that we haven't had any contact from them yet.
In that case, what about the businessmen we've made contracts with?
They're holding off on answering.
Holding off?
Yes. They have certain expectations from us.
And that's how you get looped into mafia shit, I guess.
I see. They want to see if the protection from the occupying forces extends to them. And if it doesn't, you're gonna have to do it yourself. By the common understanding between us and the captain, all establishments in the Primavera Alliance are considered to be under his protection. However, we don't know if the businessmen contracted with Primavera also fall into that category.
If we could ask the captain to protect everyone,
It'd probably make it more difficult for those guys to lay hands on them.
I'll try talking to Captain Butler.
Ah, hello. Is that you, Rose-chan? It's me, Butler. Sorry I couldn't respond to all your other calls. I kept you waiting for too long.
Oh, Captain. I've been waiting for you to call. Actually, there's something important I would very much like to talk to you about.
What's that? If you need help on doing your bra hook, I'd be happy to lend a hand. Hehehe.
The truth is, I would like to borrow your string.
My string? Well now, what kind of trouble could you be in? I believe I've neatly done away with all the troubles descending on Primavera. Yeah, I guess they would need to pay Butler more, huh? But I guess we'll find out.
The truth is, this one doesn't involve Primavera the club, but some of the businessmen we've made deals with.
Hold on there. I can't go looking after all the businessmen you contract with. I promise to protect the establishments that are part of Primavera, but isn't that a pretty wide interpretation of those words?
That's, well, something we understand. Your point is a reasonable one. With that in mind, could we talk about dealing with their problems? Of course, this would be a new contract between us. We'll find you a suitable reward for any new annoyances this may cause you.
Rose-chan. You see, I've never really seen our relationship as a contract. I protect your club because of a modest desire on my part, as a regular guest who loves you and the club. I wouldn't want you to think I just gave in because of money.
But we earnestly want you to lend us your power. We'll find a way to repay you in whatever fashion you like. So please.
One night with you, Rose-chan. If you let me do as I please, I'd be willing to consider it.
That's, well...
I'm kidding. You're so cute, Rose-chan. It's really a pleasure to tease you.
Captain.
For now, that's all I have to say. As I've done in the past, I'll take responsibility and protect your club. However, I can't take care of all your contracted businessmen. Even I'm barely scraping by in various ways. I'm truly sorry. Please forgive me. So this was what it was like to have no one to cling to. Rose couldn't think of anything to do except to hang her head in shocked silence. Butler set down the receiver and returned to a chair where a guest was waiting. Oh no. Is that enough to prove that I'm neutral in this matter? Very well. I understand your position. At a sign from Butler, the waiter brought in a chilled bottle of wine. Butler took it and filled Caleb's glass himself. I think we could grow to be good friends. You think so? I'm not sure about that yet. Butler had already made contact with Caleb. The captain, with his schemes of controlling the underground from behind the scenes, couldn't afford to ignore Caleb. I'll tell you what I'm hoping for. Don't make too much of a scene. That's all. And in exchange, no matter what sort of business you profit from, I'll pretend not to see it. Isn't that a deal on an even footing? Ooh. Let me repeat that. Ooh, you've got it backwards. No? If we give you the peace you desire, shouldn't you have to give us something in return? Having us ignore your activities isn't enough for you? If you think something like that is enough to make us even, you must really underestimate us. Very well, I understand. It's only natural that you take us lightly now. After all, we haven't shown our strength in any visible way. However, sooner or later, you people in the occupying forces will see our quality clearly for yourselves. Once that happens, then we can talk about whether we can become friends on an even footing. There's nothing to be gained by making us your enemies. The same goes for us both. You've got nothing to gain from making me your enemy. Isn't that sort of relationship, with our blades at each other's throats, a truly equal relationship? Feel free to start an all-out war whenever you like, if that's what you want. Perfect. My country surrendered, but I never raised any white flag. If you want, we can start our showdown on the mainland right here, whenever you like. However, neither of us want that. You're right? You're the ones who don't want it. So, you plan to be aggressive until the end. Very soon, you'll understand our quality. We'll take control of all of City 23's money, and strike you and your superiors down with those wads of bills. When that happens, you'll realize that you have to deal with us on better terms. Don't underestimate me, Philip Butler.
That won't do. The madam doesn't meet with people without an appointment. Appointment.
Oh no. Oh no, they're here. Just shut up and call her here, ugly woman. What is it with him and noses?
That nose of yours is filthy. Maybe I should use this knife to straighten it up a bit for you.
Enough, Miguel. Don't play around with mere underlings.
Excuse me? Sir.
I feel so betrayed. He's like, yeah, no, go point your knife at, like, Rose and all the cool people. Breaking my heart. Young miss, my name is Caleb. Pass that on to Madame Rose. If she doesn't come to meet me after hearing my name, then I'll just have to take that as her answer. Caleb's visit had been truly sudden. They hurried to call Richard, and the first meeting between Rose and Caleb was arranged. I'm worried. I'm very worried.
I speak as Primavera's representative. Rose Hibara is my name. This man is Richard Miyogi-kun, who acts as my assistant.
A pleasure to meet you, Mr. Caleb. Do you know about me?
We hear your name often lately.
You are the boss, no, the father of the Caleb family, which took control of the City 23 underworld, correct? In the same way, I know about you as well. Primavera, an alliance for clubs of those ladies of the evening. I hear you've gathered a bunch of beautiful ladies and are now making a killing off the occupying forces. You have the backing of the occupying forces, and you even crushed that bastard Alfred. Ah, that's right. I hear that Leo, the man of all those rumors, works as her bodyguard.
That kid over there who looks like a dog who lost his pack. There's no way he's the Leo from the rumors, right?
He is looking away, you're right.
Bastard.
Oh, I just realized something, but I'll keep reading. I'd hoped to meet him just once. Could you call him here for me? He's off duty today. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for another opportunity. Such a shame. Very well then. Let's get to business. First off, we've got no interest in exchanging fire with the occupying forces. If we make a pass at Primavera, that'll tarnish Butler's reputation.
Captain Butler has done a lot for us.
I know. That's why I want to settle things peacefully with you.
Stop and think about what it means for Caleb to come here personally, okay?
Of course, we understand the implications. I'll cut to the point. What do you say? Will you entrust Primavera to the Caleb family?
What do you mean by that?
That's it. There are still many people, those who gave up everything for their country, who are suffering and having trouble getting by. Rumor has it that you, Madame Rose, are also holding out a helping hand to save your countrymen. I hear you do all of your business dealings with your countrymen, and spend money in the community of your countrymen. Hearing that gave me an idea. You and I have the same ideals. The two of us could come to understand each other. I was certain of that. That is why I came here. Madame Rose, will you willingly support us to save those many poor countrymen of ours? What sort of support, specifically? We ask for funds proportional to what people can pay. In Primavera's case, how much? 10 million Japanese dollars.
Are you kidding me? Wayne-kun, be quiet. That much money would be...
Don't play dumb. We've got information on how much you've saved up.
I really wouldn't like it if you took us lightly.
It was proof that they weren't just a bunch of thugs, but a group that already held great influence in financial affairs. The Caleb family was now expanding its power at an incredible rate. And you want us to pay that? Are there any other conditions? We'll be taking payments out of your earnings. The establishments under the Primavera Alliance will pay a grand total of 500,000 a month. With $50, you might be able to eat a decent meal.
50?
Damn, inflation is hitting them hard, huh?
But 50,000? You're crazy.
That money will be used to save many of our countrymen. It's not money to be used for fun. My end goal is to form an equal relationship with the occupying forces and save our countrymen. I need money to do that. I'll use that power to make them acknowledge us and save our countrymen. True enough, 50,000 a month may sound like a big number, but think of it this way. That kid just said $50 was enough to eat a decent meal, right? In other words, if we had 50,000, we could feed dinners to about 300 unemployed people for a month. However, I'll use the money more efficiently. In the end, we'll rebuild City 23 into a place where everyone earns enough in wages to eat decent food.
I think that's very admirable.
On this very day, many men are suffering without jobs. Saving them is what fellow countrymen are supposed to do for each other, right? I believe we share the same ideal in our minds. Well, it's true that this is all very sudden, and the amount is huge too. However, every day many people die because they couldn't eat, and couldn't get a job because of malnutrition. How long can you go without food? 3 days? 4 days? There isn't a moment to spare, right? You understand, don't you? Also, there's a lot of troublesome people out there. Because they've made deals with Primavera, they believe they have the backing of the occupying forces, get on their high horses. The money I'm gathering is like a tax. If some people don't pay, that makes the people who do pay look stupid, right? If those people hear that Primavera paid up, they'll probably do the same obediently. We won't have to stir up unnecessary trouble. And this unnecessary trouble would be... That is the unnecessary trouble right there.
Who knows? Why don't you try and figure it out for yourself?
It was half a threat. Caleb knew that the businessmen dealing with Primavera weren't under Butler's protection. He was, in effect, threatening to attack those unprotected people if Primavera didn't cooperate. How long do we have to give our answer? The amount is huge. We can talk later about making time to prepare the money. However, as to whether you'll support our goals or not, I need an answer. Right here, right now.
Could you give us some time to discuss it?
Sure. I'll give you an hour. The two of you can have a lot. I mixed up the words. A nice long discussion about it. We'll have a drink while we wait. Let's go, men. Caleb took his underlings out of the VIP room and into the club. He probably didn't intend to leave the club until he got an answer. Those people are crazy.
I think what he's saying is admirable. It's true that there's a lot of people out there who need to be saved.
Are you going to trust what they say? You know it's just going to go into their pockets. It doesn't matter what they use the money for. The important point is whether or not we want to make massive payments as protection money in order to avoid becoming their enemies. The situation has changed since Alfred's time. Caleb's influence is overpowering. We're a long way from a situation where a few bodyguards can make raids and actually accomplish anything.
Richardson, isn't this the sort of time to rely on the captain?
Most likely. The captain is putting us and Caleb on a scale, waiting to see what happens next. As you know, the captain wants connections to the City 23 underworld. It's very hard to imagine him opposing Caleb for our sake.
What happens if we refuse? If we turn Caleb's son down?
From what I heard from Cyrus, those who don't obey are assaulted thoroughly and used as an example. They will probably interfere repeatedly with the businessmen contracted with us. In the worst case, those businessmen will be crushed, which will delay the delivery of goods to us and hamper our business as well. As a result, we'll probably have to switch from our Japanese business partners back to our old, foreign, and mostly American business partners. Since Caleb wants to avoid trouble with the occupying forces, he probably won't lay a hand on foreign businessmen.
But what will happen to the Japanese businessmen? There were some who said they'd have hanged themselves if it weren't for their contracts with Primavera.
In other words, if they refuse to support Caleb, the contracts with their countrymen that they'd began with good intentions would be destroyed. For Primavera to continue functioning, they would need to return to deals with their old foreign partners. Those they'd contracted with their Primavera contracts gone and the Caleb family breathing down their necks, would meet a sad end. Of course, there was no guarantee that even Primavera would be safe. They didn't know where, when, how, or who would be harassed. Harassed with an H.
Then, if we give the okay, will everyone be happy? After all, it's like Caleb's son said. He said he'll use the money to feed the poor.
I'm sorry to say it, but there's no guarantee that will happen. We will just pay money one-sidedly, without any right to oversee how it is used. The problem is those large monthly payments of protection money. We would have to reduce many of our costs to manage that. We are a high-class service establishment. The expenses for our store, or food and drink, it will be impossible to maintain the same level of service. I'm sorry, but wages will have to be the first thing to get cut. Who would do this job for low wages? The young ones will probably quit soonest. In other words, if they swore to support Caleb, they would be stuck with a massive sum of protection money, which would make the club's management more difficult. In the end, many people would quit, and Primavera would crumble. However, ladies of the night have to continue working to make money. The girls would have to stand out all alone on the dangerous nighttime streets, searching for customers without anyone's protection. So in the end, it would be the same as Primavera kicking out the women it was supposed to protect.
No matter what I choose, I won't be able to protect anyone.
Their intention is to leave us no time to argue that.
Richard-kun, what do you think we should do?
I would give them the okay. I would give them the asking price now and then continued negotiations over time. Even they have nothing to gain from killing the goose that that lays golden eggs. They should be open to negotiations over the amount of money.
That doesn't sound any fun. We'd just be doing whatever they told us.
It would also give us time to search for a counterattack. It may be useful to discuss this with the captain, Amanda, or Meiju-san. We have our connections as well. Given enough time, we might be able to find some measure to take. Unless we say yes and get them to leave, there's a chance that they'll immediately cause us harm of some sort. If I was the madam, I would consider making a show of obedience for the time being to be the optimal plan.
Rose-san. I don't know. What should I do? Someone help me.
In the end, Rose decided to respond with a yes. That didn't mean she agreed with that answer from the bottom of her heart. However, as Richard said, unless she gave that answer, anyone might get hurt. Pretending to be obedient was the best answer. As she repeatedly told herself this, Rose left the room and went out into the club. Miguel, leave the poor girl alone. As she did, she saw Miguel giving Claudia a hard time. When Claudia got her own store, she quit her job at Primavera. Most likely, she had finally freed up some time on her schedule and decided to pay the club a visit. Enough of that, Miguel. Dude.
You're hurting me. Let go.
Listen up, Missy.
When we were on the battlefield, starving and picking the maggots from the wounds of our comrades,
just what were you women doing?
We were also working as hard as we could. Yes, you were. You were spreading your legs for men, indulging your carnal desires and eating delicious food to your heart's content.
Miguel, what the fuck?
And we were crawling around the battlefield, spraying our blood and flesh everywhere to protect you filthy women. Ah! And yet, you women act like you understand our suffering. You torment us, looking at us as though we were something filthy. Who's the filthy one? This ugly sack of flesh is. When I see you living here all warm and comfortable, it makes me sick. Ouch. Please stop. Please stop that.
It was Rose's voice. Her expression was totally different from the depressed, worrying one from a second ago. With a resolute stare, she walked briskly forward and slapped Miguel's cheek. Holy shit, Rose! Oh no. I mean, I'm proud of you, but be careful also.
Ow. Are you okay, Claudia? Thank you. Oh, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Please don't take us lightly. Huh? I said, don't take us women lightly. Sure, I know things were terrible for you men on the battlefield. I feel sympathy for you. In that case, do you know how much hardship women had to go through to keep eating when we lived through the disaster after being left all alone? We worked frantically so we could live, so we could eat. Do you know how painful it is to work as a lady of the evening? Do you? You don't, do you? It sure is nice for you, because you fought bravely for your country. Everyone feels sympathy for you. No one feels any sympathy for us. Even though they say our job is filthy, we keep on doing it because we must to survive. Don't take us so lightly. I, Rose Haibara, will never forgive anyone who tramples upon a girl's dignity.
You bitch. Wait, Miguel. Put your knife away. My apologies, Madame Rose. Miguel has a bad drinking habit. Dude, he's always like this and you know it. You know it. Allow me to apologize for this rudeness. Please forgive me. Well then, will you give me your answer? When you're lost, trust in your heart. Will Primavera obey me or not? When your heart whispers to you, that's the right answer.
We refuse.
Rose.
Don't take us so lightly. We don't have a single dollar we're willing to spend on people who think we've never suffered. If it's necessary to provide charity for the unfortunate, we'll do it ourselves. We won't entrust that job to you. At first, I thought your aims were pretty admirable.
This word is tripping up so bad today. Admirable.
But if I really think about it, it doesn't make sense. You're mistaken.
How so? Let's hear what you have to say.
It doesn't make sense to save one person's suffering by bringing misery to someone else. You're forcing your noble goals on a great many people, bringing misery to them all.
There's a lot of people we need to save right now. We have no time.
Then why don't you try to use your noble spirit to speak from your heart and make everyone understand? I don't believe that someone like you, who makes examples of those who don't obey, could ever save people living in misery. I'll save our countrymen using the way I believe in. I will not endorse you. Please leave this place. My answer will not change again.
Good answer. You're just like my dead wife. However, Madame Rose, can you handle the responsibility and after effects of that answer? Both of us are in charge of caring for a great number of people. That's not a fact to be taken lightly. Don't start crying if it turns out you can't take responsibility. Got it?
I will take responsibility.
As if you've ever taken it before. Let's go, everyone. We've heard her answer. We're going home. Caleb and the others headed towards the exit. Then, he turned around and offered some final words. Rose, what you're saying ignores reality. It's just talk. I'm not like that. To protect my friends, my war buddies, no. My family. I'm prepared to dirty my hands as much as needed.
I'll also protect everyone.
You know, protecting someone means getting dirty. That's what you don't understand. That's why you're wearing those fine, lovely clothes with that flawless face of yours. Let's see how much your talk can actually protect. So long, Madam Rose. Unless you wish it, we probably won't be meeting again.
You change your mind, call this number. I don't need it. Please go home.
Caleb's group left. After a while, the tense atmosphere finally relaxed. The girls suddenly dashed forward.
Claudia, are you okay? I'm fine. He just pulled my hair a little. Those guys piss me off. Let's all throw salt at him.
Sure, why not? Yeah. Rosa. That was excellent.
Excellent. Was it? Did I really think it through as the madam and make an excellent answer that could protect him?
Rosa's lips went pale. She went weak and crouched down on the floor. Her shoulders were wet with cold sweat and frozen, cold as ice. Are you okay? Hang in there.
Can you handle the responsibility and after effects of that answer?
Those were his words, yes?
But my heart whispered to me. It told me that these people were bad. It's bad to obey people who are bad, right? So I thought I should refuse their offer. If your heart whispers to you, that's the right answer, right? I'm not wrong, am I? Am I?
In this world, there is no right or wrong answer. As long as you have no regrets, no matter what happens, it was the right answer. What'll they try next? We'll probably see the results of our answer very soon. Damn. Damn. That got, yeah, that got very tense. Rose raised her voice multiple times. So, damn. Hold up. I think I'm gonna go open a window and then pray to God that no like motorcycles run by because it's kind of warm in here. But so give me a few. All right. Window successfully opened. So my apologies if there's any like background noise, but I don't want to like fry in my own room, so you hope the wind blows as hard as the background noise. If only. It was going in like the right direction temperature-wise for a bit, and then today happened, and now it's like 2 degrees warmer indoors all of a sudden. And yeah. Without a window open, it gets really bad. The window's open now, so we're good. Okay. Forgive me, Leo, for bothering you while you're resting. It's no problem. More importantly, sounds like things have gotten nasty. Yeah, exactly. There's no way around it. We'd have had to take them on sooner or later.
Yeah. Like we'd ever give our earnings to people like that.
Still, it's true that some of the girls are scared. Claudia was actually captured once, back when Alfred was around. No guarantee something like that won't happen again. I think we could still make it in time. What do you mean? I was given a phone number as they left. If we called right now, we might still make it in time. Even now, if we say we'll obey them... Rose, calm yourself. Forgive me. I should have dealt with Caleb alone.
It's okay. I'm the madam after all. I wasn't scared. But did I really make the right decision?
I don't know. I don't know. Your heart whispered to you again, didn't it?
Yeah.
Then that's the right choice. Take a break for now. Cyrus will make some delicious tea. Sure thing. Rose hung her head, tears streaming down her face. Stella and Meryl walked up to her, comforting her. Amanda was a friend of Caleb's, wasn't she? Of course, we've made contact with her. We also spoke with the captain again. Still, this is gonna get bad. Isn't it a bodyguard's job to do something about that? You scared, old man? Wayne. Deep breaths, Wayne. Hey now, don't get so riled up. No one's scared, Wayne. Leo. We're Primavera's bodyguards. We swore to protect Primavera and we're getting paid for it. So, what are we going to do, Richard? There's a high probability that our troubles will be frequent going forward. Our club probably will not be assaulted, but it's likely that the businesses we contract with will be. There's an awful lot of those businesses. The field's too wide for us to defend it all. Who cares? We'll fly over wherever we need to be and beat them up. Can you teleport? I guess he can teleport. I mean, he can fly apparently because he said fly. Wayne the flying edgy rat. We're not calling him a rat, he self-identifies as a rat. Wayne the flying rat. We'll do the best we can. Still, this is getting worse and worse, you know? I understand that. However, this is the decision Rivera reached. Now that it's known the Caleb family are our foes, we won't be able to employ more bodyguards. Fine. The three of us will do whatever we can. That's right. Who cares about the Caleb family? Bring it on. We'll crush them.
Will it really be okay?
I don't know. However, We should always prepare for the worst case scenario.
But should we tell the girls?
This is just... this is just how I felt when I heard about Pearl Harbor on the radio. Looking back, it was ironic. They had pushed back Alfred's group in an attempt to defend themselves. However, that had destroyed the precarious balance Alfred had provided. Ever since that day, it was certain that the Caleb family would gain power and become a foe far more dangerous than Alfred. In Italian, primavera means spring. After a short time, the curtains would close on the warm spring of primavera, and the harsh midsummer storms would come. Primavera's trials were fast approaching.
Rose refused.
Yeah. She was quite an assertive lady.
Richard was with her, right? And she still refused.
Well, the man was the wiser of the two. However, the woman was a bit more assertive. Well, it'll be interesting to see how long they last.
You offered them clumsy threats, didn't you?
I thought I'd give them a few threats and they'd fold right over. At least she's a real madam in one way. She's got guts.
You're very good at reading men's feelings, but totally useless when it comes to reading women.
I was brought up to treat women, tatami mats, and new recruits the same way. Smack them till they get better. Well, I'm sorry to say, Keireiji, but I can no longer stand. Sorry, dude. You fucked up.
So, what do you plan to do?
They picked a fight with us. It may be against a little girl, but I've got no intention of going easy on them. I treat all my foes like lions. That's my policy. Lions, huh?
Enough of that. They're all girls, right? Please go at least a little easy on them.
Even if I said to go easy on them, do you think Miguel would listen?
Rose, will you take responsibility for that decision of yours?
You have weird friends, Amanda. J&T Sundry Goods. A sundry shop that supplies Primavera's consumables. The kind of store making honest, straightforward deals that'll have trouble surviving in this age. That was the opposite of what I initially said. Oh no. All the businesses. Oh, it's just gonna be fights all the way down. Stop that! Please stop!
Like I care.
It's because your store's so filthy. We're just cleaning it up a bit. You're from Caleb's group, aren't you? I won't pay. I've got no intention of paying money to villains bringing threats.
Come to think of it, you're a pretty filthy old man, aren't you?
I'll bet he's garbage too. Oversized garbage. Throw him in the garbage bin. Stop! That's good enough, ain't it? Let's scram. So long, Gramps. We'll be back. Oh. Who the hell are you? Watch where you're going. Just a minute too late. You've really made a mess of things, haven't you? What's with this guy? You wanna have a go? Wanna go for one last round, guys? My brakes just aren't working today. Yeah, let's get him. No! Oh my god, that's too slow. Phew. That's one down. Damn, he's so strong. Let's scram! Let's scram! Better luck next time, chumps! You okay, Gramps? Damn it all. Those people are parasites sucking human blood. Even though I'm just doing my best to run a business, why do I have to put up with this? The elderly man scratched at the ground, shedding tears of regret. Cyrus could only curse at his own powerlessness. Oh no, that was it? Oh, it's just gonna be fights all the way down. I already said that, but it's literally going to be just that. God, that's horrifying. Liquor shop, Akaraya. A liquor store supplying Primavera's drinks. Didn't he say that his family would have committed suicide if Rose hadn't saved them? Please stop! Please don't kill him! Hey, get up, Brent. What happened to all that spirit? A young man had recklessly resisted them. Of course, no one stopped them as they circled around the man and picked him, half for fun. Passers-by could only circle around him and watch worriedly. Hey, landlady. At this rate, your son will end up living in a wheelchair. You can't nurse a son in the prime of life when you're struggling to pay household expenses, alright? Maybe it's better to apologize now and pay up a bit, don't you think? Still isn't too late. Give up and pay up to the Caleb family. But we have no money. This ring is pure gold. If you sell it, it should be worth a little. Well now, looks like you do have something nice. You sold that at a pawn shop? That ought to be enough for a drink. The landlady readied herself, then removed the gold ring that was a memento of her dead husband. Her dear dead husband, I'm sure. Nice ring. Your husband must have loved you very much. What's with you? Me? I'm just a passing superhero. Yeah, let's get him. No! I wanted that multiplier. I was looking for the highest card and I wasted time. Jeez. Yes, get him. Is your son okay? Hang in there, hang in there. Someone call a doctor. Oh my god, that's where it ends? No. No. Oh, this is harrowing. Kakinuma Food Distributors. A businessman supplying Primavera's food. Hoping to satisfy Japanese mouths, he distributes food out of charity, with hardly any profits. And they're like... This is awful, I hate it.
Yeah, crush it.
Hey. Don't think you'll be doing any business while we're around. Mutter. Want the police come? Did anyone call them? Looks like he refused to pay protection money. Best not to get involved. Huh? What are you looking at? Scram, fools! Some evil-looking men were swinging metal pipes around, smashing bits of merchandise one after another. If anyone tried to stop them, they'd meet the same fate as the owner, who had fainted. Stupid old man. Being cheap with money ended up costing him. The father has risen up to save our poor countrymen. Japanese people who pad their own wallets and refuse to support him are traitors. Yeah, that's a cool thing to say about someone who basically only does charity work. Clowns. It's time you learned that. You made quite a mess here, Scum. Of course, you're gonna start cleaning it up now, right? What's wrong, punk? Got something you'd like to complain about? I've got no complaints. I'll just wordlessly send you all to the hospital. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, they're just sort of spouting lies while doing all this. It's wild. Get up, scum. Time to start cleaning up. Damn. We need an ambulance more. Someone, call an ambulance. At least Wayne's doing, like, you know, he's doing good. He left the edge at home. That's good. Central Fruits and Vegetables. The store is supplying sundry goods to Primavera. The company president feels a strong sense of obligation and employs many Japanese people, though at low wages. He'll be back later to pick up the edge, yeah. Just around that corner. Too late. A crowd had formed in front of the store. There are ambulances parked there too. Shit. Apparently, they hadn't made it in time. Damn it. They made a mess here. The storefront looked like a tornado had swept through it. Underlings from the Caleb family had probably destroyed it to make an example. Hey, President. Are you okay? Hey, you okay? His ribs are broken. And there may be some damage to his internal organs, too. He needs immediate surgery. We'll have a mountain of them tonight. Ah! President. The company president was splendid. He resisted them until the end, for our sakes. Didn't throw a fit. This wasn't a foe you could do anything about. And what are we supposed to do, old man? Just give up and cry ourselves to sleep? If you start up a war with that temper of yours, a lot more people are going to suffer. What are you trying to say? Are you saying Ro-san made the wrong decision? I didn't say that. Ow. Don't take it out on me. He's saying you're being an idiot, Wayne, and you're making it actively worse by reacting the way you do. And, honestly, I agree. Wayne's whole issue is that he has no chill. But maybe he'll learn. I hope there will be some character development. Yodokane liquor shop. It says liquor shop, and I'm used to liquor store, so I keep trying to say liquor store and then seeing that it's shop, so it comes out as liquor store. Or liquor stop. Which, those aren't words. A liquor store supplying drinks for Primavera. Serves alcohol. Yeah. Serves alcohol to many laborers at a price that's almost charity. I'm not sure that's a good idea, because I don't think you need liquor to survive. But it's better than going bankrupt off it, I guess. What's going on here? Leo was making the rounds, checking that Primavera's business partners were safe. The store that usually had cases of alcohol bottles lined up was now empty, as though its owners had run away in the dead of night. Are you one of Caleb's bunch? See for yourself. I'm closing up shop. If you want to trash the place, be my guest. I'll let you keep the leftover mats and trash. We were just barely making a living here. We can't go on living with you grabbing all our money every month. What will you do now? I've given all our household belongings to the pawn shops for dirt cheap. We're leaving Tokyo to search for a countryside with a bit more humanity in it. The old gangs never took more than my New Year's decorations. You people are demons. Brutes. That's a shame. But you're already giving this tour to someone else. Who cares about that? Only the Americans and Chinese are doing well these days. One of them will probably buy it. The Chinese sure have a sweet deal. The Chinese mafia protects them, and the Americans of the occupying forces. But no one will protect the Japanese. The next time I get born, I hope I'm not Japanese again. Who cares about your war veteran welfare organization? Those soldiers swagger about and bully the townspeople. This is no different than the front lines. But the Japanese who eat their own countrymen crumble. Why didn't MacArthur drop some new kind of bomb on Japan? Jesus Christ. Okay, taking it a little far, my guy. Should have dropped it and blown this whole damn country to ashes. Oof. Okay. Damn it. Damn it. You wanted a full reset? Yeah. He's real upset, huh? Okay, so we managed to save a couple people. Some got just absolutely just put in the hospital. I'm Blue Rose 1947 again. Things are not looking good. Black Cleaver 1947 on the left. Yeah, that's one of the like achievement type things. There's like 5 different ones you can get. And I only got 2 that time, I think. Which is bad. I can do better than that. Amanda is continuing to maintain contact with Caleb. Before too long, he will probably come to the table for renegotiations.
However, while that's happening, a lot of people are suffering. Rose, don't blame yourself. They're the ones making people suffer, not you. It isn't your fault.
Stella, how did it go with Meiju-san?
couldn't get in touch with him at all. I've never had so much trouble contacting him before.
Chinatown's probably waiting and seeing too. Because if they took Primavera's side, the Caleb family would probably view them as hostile. Pathetic. Is the big and mighty Chinatown scared of Caleb? During their harsh history, the Chinese were forced to develop the skills needed to foresee the future. Not in a literal sense, I presume, because that would be kind of wild. They're cautious. They'll never put their money on a horse that might lose. Are you calling us a losing horse? No one wants to get on a ship that might sink. They have the power of the crystal ball. Oh no. I mean, that would be super useful, actually. Greetings. I am sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Caleb. God damn it. A big shia to you for coming to my restaurant today. Our restaurant serves simply delicious food. I would love to see you enjoy it and spread the word about the deliciousness of Chinese food to all the people of Japan. Enough of this farce. Lee Meiju. Caleb put his big legs up on the table and filled with them. I already know who you are. Don't tell me you really thought you could pass yourself off as a restaurant owner. The Golden Dragon Society. A large Chinese mafia dominating City 23, which lies to the north. I already know you're one of the big four who protect your boss, the young lord. A member of the Inner Circle, Black Dragon Lee of the South Gate. Meiju slowly moved back, still sitting in his chair. Then, he slowly lifted his long legs and plopped them down on the table just like Caleb. Oh, that's cute. Or would be in different circumstances. And life would be boring if you could predict the future, but if you change the future, then it's going to be like a whole new unknown thing, so you could... A glimpse here and there probably won't hurt, right? Right? So, you know about us. And that is a problem. I must report that Caleb's eyes have already wandered outside of City 23. His tone was completely different from the light-hearted one he used with Rose and Stella. His gaze also had a sharp glint that Rose and the others had never seen. Chinatown once ran into trouble with Alfred. You leaked information on his hideout to Primavera and had them crush Alfred for you. Even though you knew, you still danced the same tune, didn't you? You fight dirty, just like you'd expect from a Chinese bastard. I prefer if you call it tactics. There's nothing I hate more than shady dealings, underhanded tricks, and conspiracies. So I'll be blunt. If you plan to get in our way, we will show no mercy. And that's exactly what we've got to say to you. The Chinatown of City 23 possesses only a trifling. However, please don't forget that there is a massive Chinatown waiting in the north called City 22. City 22 was under the Chinese Army's jurisdiction. Of course, as fellow countrymen, the military and the Golden Dragon Society were closely linked. With that backing, the Golden Dragon Society had already taken hold of all of City 22. They had built up a massive family. However, in addition to City 23 at its south, City 22 was bordered by City 7 to the west, and City 21 to the north. with the Chiba Prefecture on its east. City 7 and City 21 were under American jurisdiction, and each was reigned over by an American mafia association. They had formed an anti-Chinese alliance and turned their gazes towards the Golden Dragon Society. Furthermore, the Chiba Prefecture was controlled by Japanese gangster organizations. Goods smuggled in through Choshi Harbor had to travel overland through their territory. This gave them a strategic position, so that they were constantly looking to make a push into City 22. The Golden Dragon Society, which already had enemies east and west, didn't want another enemy to the south. Protecting that south gate until the end was the mission Meiju had been tasked with. It was to control the forces in City 23, to prevent them from becoming an enemy of the Golden Dragon Society. If at all possible, I'd want us to get along with you as friends, but don't be stupid. Friendship isn't worth a fart. I'm Japanese. You're Chinese. We'll never be able to understand each other. It's eat or be eaten. Nothing more, nothing less. You're quite an interesting character. It's a shame you were born Japanese. First off, let me make this clear. The fight I'm about to start is a crusade to save my countrymen. So, you're saying you have no interest in Chinatown? I'm only interested in my countrymen. If any pebble gets in my way, I'll crush it no matter who it is. If you're scheming to pull the strings behind Primavera again, I could live with an all-out war. I don't know much about what you call tactics. Underhanded dealings and conspiracies are beyond me. But surely protection rackets are underhanded dealings. My guy. I thought you were cool. I feel so betrayed. So I'll be simple. If I smell your involvement, I'll crush you mercilessly, be it a misunderstanding or otherwise. Quite a violent character. In that case, it's exactly what we've got to say to you. We're done talking. Miguel, let's go. We haven't even touched your chopsticks. I would appreciate it if you let me save face as one who called you here for a meal. Fool. Your people's history is the history of poisons, isn't it? That seems like a broad gym. Okay. Who would eat food offered by an enemy? Who would poison a guy with that much backing? Oh. Leo did never give him his full name, that's right. Or like his first name, but he gave him his Japanese name though, which is sort of meaningful in its own way, so I don't know what that implies. It was just Shishigami, yeah. He did give his first name to someone, his Japanese first name was someone else, I think, right? Am I remembering that wrong? I can't remember who it was. Oh, maybe I'll remember later. Mean? It is strange, because everybody knows him as Leo, you're right. I think it was like wary at first, and then maybe it became a... I might have to reread that part, where they meet. Maybe I can pick up like some hints or something. Boss, what shall we do? Order the youngsters not to act rashly, no matter what happens. If Primavera tries to make contact, do not respond to them until I say so. Understood. We must report this to the young lord. We must tell them that a dragon has appeared among the Japanese in City 23. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's heading outside the city now. And, I'm over time. Just a little bit, but... Hey, thank you for the save reminder. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me for today. Wow, that was a lot in this episode. Which is incredible because the last episode was already a lot. And this one had more in it. Things got super tense. That was a ride. That was fun. I'm really enjoying the story so far, and I kept kind of wondering for a while, like, where's it gonna go? Alfred's gone. Now what? Because I kind of assumed that he would be like the big bad for this season, right? And then Miguel shows up and I'm like, okay, you're next. But no, he's just a lackey though. He's just a goon. He's just like a little minion. and then the ultimate betrayal with Keireiji kicked in. Which makes me really sad still, but I mean, that's good writing for you, honestly. I genuinely really like his character. I still kind of do. He said some really iffy stuff this stream, but for a really long time I liked him a lot, and now I'm like, I'm slowly changing my mind. And I genuinely did not see that coming, that it would be him. I thought he would be involved. I did not think it would be him. Till I realized, like, oh. Yeah, now the fancy clothes make sense, and the whole join my gang thing makes sense. Yeah. All the puzzle pieces fell into place. That's true. All the hair dye must cost so much money. Unless, like, you can have... Because we have people with blue hair. We have people with pink hair. You know, maybe if you just get, like, the right mix of color from your parents, you end up with, like, that kind of hair color for free? Maybe he was born with it. Maybe he was born with it. Yeah, I agree. It would be so much better if people in real life had anime hair color. It would just be more fun. It would just be more fun. I agree. Maybe one day. With gene editors, you're right. Okay, yeah. That was it for today's episode. Hope you had a good time. I did. It was good. CRISPR kid. Yeah, then we can all live our dream of having anime hair. I will be back on Wednesday with a regular stream, and then on Thursday with another Rose Guns Day stream. And I think we can finish this season next time. I am not sure, because I don't know how long the seasons go. So we might be a ways off, we might not. I have no clue. I also can't find out without spoiling myself, so we'll just have to wing it. So I guess we'll find out next time. In the meantime, also keep an eye on my YouTube maybe, because I post stuff on there sometimes now. Frequently, actually. And that's also where you'll find the VODs for Rose Guns Days. Including, content warnings with more detail, if necessary. So if there's no warning under a VOD, you don't gotta worry about that stuff. Then there's no unexpected surprises. It does feel like there could be a lot more. I think there might be like 1 or 2 chapters left, but I'm not sure. 'Cause I think we're like close to wrapping one up, and then there might be like one more, and I think we can probably make it through in like 2 hours. And we're gearing up for some sort of confrontation, I feel like. But how long that's gonna take and what kind of confrontation, I have no idea. Maybe it's just gonna be like a big cliffhanger until the next season. But that's not usually how Rikishi does it, I don't think, so. But then for this series, maybe. It's hard to say. We'll see. We'll see you next week. Alright, until then, let me put on some music for you. Yes, there are 4 seasons in total. And then there's some, there's like an extra sort of after story thing that is included in the edition that I bought, so we're going to be doing that as well. So we're going to cover the whole thing. Also, if you want Wayne's backstory, they're publishing a manga series based on like his backstory, but it might contain spoilers for the whole seasons. Yeah, any version of the game you buy now contains all the seasons. That's like the same with Umineko. Like it packs up, like it bundles them. Umineko is 8 seasons total, so that's in 2 parts. Rose Gun Stays has 4 total, so that's 1. So we are definitely a long way off from the total ending. We might be close to season ending. I'm not 100% sure. We will get there eventually. Okay, let me just adjust. Okay, I don't need to adjust anything. Yeah, so next week, join me to find out how close to the ending of season 1 we get, I guess. And until then, have a good evening, have a good day, have a good week, month, year. Thank you for being here, thank you for watching, thank you for being in the chat, and I will see you next time. Have a good one, bye bye.